Today in r/malicious compliance. You want a free ride? Fine. I will take you to Mexico. In 2018, I lived in Southern Cal while I was finishing up graduate school. Uber was more popular than ever, and given how spread out Cays in general was an easy side hustle to shuttle people back and forth. However, I only did it for a little while because I'm not really the most patient person and eventually got tired of people's and attitudes. One of the common tactics for customers looking to screw a driver was to cancel their rides in the middle of the trip to avoid paying the fare. They would often say how they did it accidentally, and then ask me if I could just finish the trip, since we were basically there anyway. This happened to me 3 times. The first 2 times, I pulled over and told them to get out of my car, to which they complied. Albeit, they called me several names and threatened to kill me. The 3rd time is the subject of this post. It was about 4:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday when I decided to log on and catch some fares. Most people go into the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays and are looking to get rides home between 4-5 to beat the traffic. At this point, I should mention that I was living in San Diego. If you know the area, you know that many people work in the city and live in the outer areas, Chula Vista, Imperial Beach, Escondido, Pacific Beach, because it's cheaper. The day of the event, oh yes, it was an event, lol, I picked up a middle-aged girl who was a student at the community college downtown. Although she was in community college, I could tell she had money by the way she dressed and where she was going. La Jolla. She gets in my car and starts to make a conversation with me. I am driving through town, and as I'm about to get on the highway, I hear the cancellation ding. I pull over to a parking lot and let her know that she canceled the ride and I could not drive her until she rebooked it. She gave me that it was an accident excuse. I told her not a problem and to just rebook the route. Well, at this point, all those people I told you about earlier had just got off of work. We were in what I call the power hour of maximum surge pricing. La Jolla is like 25-40 minutes from downtown San Diego depending on traffic. I looked and the trip would have cost her $70. She told me that she wasn't going to pay that. I said fine and asked that she exit my vehicle. She refused and told me to take her home like I was her chauffeur. At this point, I was pissed and wouldn't have done it even if she gave me $100 cash. I didn't really need the money. I asked her politely again. She refused. I had never really gotten to this point before. The other 2 people were guys. I would have had no qualms about yanking their ass out by force and beating them in the middle of the highway. However, that wouldn't have been a good look in this situation. I thought about going to the police given we were 3 blocks from the headquarters, but I wanted her to feel the burn. Malicious compliance. I asked her if she wanted a free ride. She suddenly perked up and said, I knew you'd come around. You are such a nice guy. I said, buckle up. And we got on Interstate 5. Here is the part where I tell you that San Diego is 16 miles from the Mexican border. I also keep my passport in my glove compartment because I did volunteer work in Rosarito every so often. We were about 4 minutes into the ride when she asked where we were going. I turned around and told her I'm going to Tijuana and I'm glad you could join me. I hope you brought your passport. At first, she didn't think I was serious, but by exit 4 she started to panic. I told her she was welcome to get out any time, but she needed to make a decision soon because after we passed exit 1, there was no turning back. I also told her that I wasn't taking her back. Well, she got the message and pleaded for me to pull over. I pulled over and dropped her off at the outlet mall in San Isidro at the border. Just for shits and giggles, I checked the Uber rate from the mall to La Jolla, and the cheapest rate was $87 for a pool ride. I didn't make any money that night, but that was the richest experience I had while being a rideshare driver. I stopped about 1 month later and sold my car. Edit. For those concerned that I was going to kidnap this chick, I communicated with both Uber support and a few of my friends to let them know she would not get out my car after being asked repeatedly prior to driving towards the border. I covered my bases. Edit 2. Well, this really blew up lol. Thanks to those who gave the post an award. I can no longer keep up with all the comments, but hopefully I've answered the more popular questions in the comments I have made. Thanks again. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, smash the bell, and whatever else our YouTube overlords require nowadays.